Put away that paper money you got, cause it's just enough. Cause I can't upgrade to a place they cannot play. They use it because use it because sensation. It just comes up pretty high. Thank God it's a pretty high. So where else can anyone go? All that and the people to go. Money, money, cryptocurrency, the new money. Money, money, cryptocurrency, the new money. The billion coins gonna bring abundance. The billion coins gonna make it rich. The billion coins gonna end the suffering. The billion coins gonna make it rich. Money, money, cryptocurrency, the new money. Cryptocurrency, the new money. The billion coins gonna bring abundance. The billion coins gonna make you rich. The billion coins gonna end the suffering. The billion coins gonna make you rich. I love it so much. There's no sign of when you're strong. So don't let pride have you see.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Let me begin myself to say good morning for those looking, watching on this video at this time. Welcome to my channel. Once more, welcome to TBC. I thank you for viewing this image, viewing this video, and I hope it will help you. I hope it will instruct you. I hope you will gain something while listening to my video, while watching this video. Thank you for coming, and I hope you guys will appreciate. But the most important is I wish you guys to reply. I wish you guys to give me your suggestions, your impressions, give me your questions if possible. I'll be available to all applications. I'll be available to all propositions and everything necessary. I am also available with my number, phone numbers. Phone numbers are given downwards under your screens, and anything comes, I'll appreciate. Thank you for everything. But now, uh, without wasting time, I will just want to enter in my topic of today. I said it wasn't less. I said let me not just talk in French according to francophones, but also express myself in English in order that the whole world or let my video be watched worldwide, so that it will not only affect the francophone section but also the anglophone sites. Unfortunately, I can't speak more than three international languages, but I hope with what I have, English, French, German, I will be able to transmit or to send to give a message to those who are watching me. So enough of talking about enough talking in French, but let's talk now in English. So I repeated my terms, and I wanted to talk today about the world in a whole. I wanted to talk the world in a whole. So just as introduction, I just wanted to ask certain questions. Did you know Did you know 1%? Excuse me, just want to do something. All right. Did you know 99% of the riches are exploited, are used by some majority, not say majority, few people in the world. They are in charge of few people in the world, and just 1%, that in fact the whole riches of the world are 99% used by only 1% of the population. How how you can ask how is it possible? But we're gonna explain that in this video. Also, did you know that 95% of the drugs you take, of the drugs you drink, you inhale, or any procedure you undergo in order to consume or to use drugs, did you know 95% of those drugs uh, bring another illness rather than solving? The most important part of those drugs are is to bring another illness, because there's a molecule inside the drug that will cause another illness. So it is not more it's not important to solve or to treat you, but important to bring you another illness in order for you to keep on take coming to the hospital, keep on consuming drugs. That is why doctors are always busy. That is why you always go to the hospital, always visiting for different problems. They are found all in the drugs. Another thing, did you know some doctors sat some doctors sat somewhere and they said, let us not decide, or let us not leave God decide on the illness in the world, but let us decide ourselves. How do they do? They will decide to implement or to add a molecular drug and sell it in a particular area, and they know that in something like 12 months, something like a period of time, they can take even 10 according to the infection. They will still provide a new illness. So they send the infection, and while sending, they find in order to solve. That is why there are particular areas where illnesses are found, and particular areas that there are not, where they don't exist. Any area has its own problem. Any area has its own disease. Those are some of the questions I wanted to ask you. And the last and the least is did you know 90% of the population uh, waste their money in internet, in front of always in front of a TV? Yeah, it is true. You ask myself, how do you waste your money? It is real, and that is most importantly what I'm going to talk today. The wastage of time you have on your on your on your on your on your machines, the waste of time you have on your Android phones. Nowadays we, uh, we have television which our elders didn't have, but you noticed that as time goes on, you the number of channels, the number of programs exposed in the TV are always going increasingly. They are always increasing. Always there are new channels every time, new informations. Not all those informations are important. Not every information are necessary. That is the reason why they just want to keep you captivated on what is not necessary, in order to take decision where it is necessary for you. An example, you take your time on Facebook, keep on uh, commenting on people's posts, even unnecessary posts. Somebody can just like decide he can have an occasion of eating a good plate of food, an occasion of being in a party, and just take some snapshots and publish. You pass your time on, keep on viewing and commenting, discussing. That is not a problem. But the problem is keeping on doing the same thing which really doesn't help you. Do you know, in fact, who created Facebook? Answer: Mark Zuckerberg. Do you pay for Facebook? No. It is written even on ads that Facebook is free and always be free. So how do you how if in fact how does Mark Zuckerberg gain in Facebook? Simple. Just go to societies, go to big communities, go to in fact he contacts important personalities, and he just say have almost more than 1 billion viewers, 1 billion uh, users in my ad. Why don't you come and publish your company, publish your services in order to make yourself known? And that is why every time you have new information, new published, and new things every day, and that's how he gets his money. But one thing important, do you know you can create a page and advertise certain goods and gain money, advertise certain things and make yourself known? Time I will narrate you a little story. There was a man who was he was a painter, and he used to paint in a quarter at the roadside site and not gaining enough money. So he was just like managing himself. When rain arrives, he's obliged to pack his things and run away in order not to spoil his boats. So one day a man was curious, asked him, what are you doing here? He said, this is my workplace, and I perform here and I gain my money here. Are you happy of what you're doing? Yeah, it's my passion. All right. How much do you gain per boat? In short, the man said he gains maximum 25,000 a board, maximum, and least 8,000. It depends on the market. So the man said, what if rain comes? He explains that he's obliged to pack and go. He said, all right. Do you know there's a possibility for you to gain money without being standing near? The man was confused, and he explained to him the importance of creating a site, a website where he can publish his bots and be known. And shortly, his website was created, and he began to be known. And finally, today, the man is really far more better than what he was before. No more standing at the roadside, He can even sit home and paint and just make it publish. Interested people will come and buy the boards. That's just the shortcut of the story. So there is the possibility for you to manage more, make good use of your appliance, good use of the machine, your internet connection. Avoid wasting your time on things. Playing without learning without playing made John a dull boy, but I would say playing without learning made John a dull. So you need to be cautious and invest in, make good use of what you have. So it is also applicable in WhatsApp, all those networks. Most you can connect yourself in a website. You can download books. You can download anything you want, instructive for you, personal motivations, personal developments, in order to grow yourself, to grow your IQs and everything concerning yourself, rather than wasting your time on unnecessary things like connection. So that was just certain questions I wanted to ask you. But now I also advise you guys to go in your website, any website, and just write the 10 principles manipulation. There you understand really what happens, really what we undergo, really what in what you find yourself doing. If you find yourself working to gain money and later you stop working, you stop gaining money, then you are a poor man. You are still in the category of poors, because working in order to gain money was after the Second World War, because we needed the war. We needed the war to reconstruct. We needed the war to redevelop. Now the world is have attained. The world has attained its maximum development. Technology has increased. Development has increased. Everything is not usual. It is no more the time thinking physically, to be acting physically, or to be working physically. Now the most important is you must have new ideas in order to gain money easier. That must not necessarily require physical hard work. Now you use your brain. Now you need to have financial education. You need to be well posted. You need to be ready to make that step. And that is what I think about the world of today. Mondialization mondialism is a development in which you need to accommodate, in which you need to join your mind at the precise time, at in fact at the time really where the development comes. Uh, years ago, we use big phones. We use large phones that we needed to carry. In fact, they were so heavy. But today, we don't more use them. Today, we are on touch screens. Today, we are on holograms, where you can just open you have a watch as a phone and you can activate. Most of you understand what I say. Is increasing. So open your eyes and stop standing where you are. Stop standing on. It's normal for you to be dependent of your work, dependent of your job. It is not normal for you to work for money. Money must work for you. It is not normal for your brain to stress yourself and just gain a little money. It is not normal. Realize, stand up, and think more, and think more, and get yourself out of the control of the world. Who maintain this world. And according to the manipulation, to the mass manipulation, the 10 principle of mass manipulation, you you've been manipulated. Firstly and most importantly, with our media, where unnecessary informations are being published. These unnecessary informations are in order to turn the attention of the population, turn the attention of the citizens on unnecessary things, so things, why they take decisions on necessary things. They decide unnecessary things. They and why you are you are being focusing on unnecessary things. So that's the thing on media. Now, the second, you know, is on said before. The coin is you you are taking decisions sometimes not because you want to. You take decision because you think it's normal, but it isn't. It's not normal for you to take that decision. Let me take an example. uh uh Nowadays in America, there is a freedom in which you can buy a gun without any problem. You can have the gun everywhere you go. Why is it that they don't ask? They don't when you want to buy the gun, they don't ask you a license. They don't ask. They don't try to check your background. They don't try to check your. They don't try to check your past, what you've been doing, what type of person are you. Is it necessary for you to have the gun? That's how they don't try to check all those informations. They just sell it. When later there will be crisis, when later there will be when somebody will be affected by a bullet, or maybe there will be a crisis in the city, the population will be asking for uh, security measures. They'll be asking for security measures in order to obtain, to be free to work in their town, in their country. They did it knowingly, because the fact they left, they didn't ask any license about the guns, was in order for you to ask what they wanted to propose to you a year ago or 10 years ago. You will be asking those measures, and they will just give it to you. You guys will think they are you are the one who decided. You are the population who decided. But no, they just took some precautions. They just took some measures in order for you to take the decision. So they are capable of doing many things in order to control you. So guys, in short, the world is not what we think anymore. We must really take care of ourselves. We must really invest in what really is important for us. We must really turn our look turn our regards unnecessary things. No more on unnecessary things. Try to manage your time. Try to manage what you see, you hear, and what you say, and it will be better. Most more, try to check on your finances. What I will advise you is to invest in what will bring you money even when you don't work, even when you are incapable to work. You are still providing money. So in in short, finally, I will introduce to you our cryptocurrency, TBC, who mostly permits you to obtain that, who mostly uh, permits you to have a financial education, and mostly permits you and respect your financial privacy. That is the TBC, and I hope that in our next live broadcast we are going to talk about TBC in a whole, and its advantages, gains, and its promotions, its future. Not like I'm predicting the future, but the belief I have about the future with TBC. Thank you very much, and I hope you connect yourselves. I hope you like this video. I hope you will give me your impressions, your questions, and I hope mostly you will invest, and you will take a time to check about the cryptocurrency TBC. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for uh, for watching this video, and let's say next live broadcast we're gonna talk about TBC. Have a nice day, good night, and next time we meet, goodbye.